part of the same movement in terms of the count for the kata, not joined to the bear hug release, are what I call jackknife releases. If I'm held by one or both wrists, it doesn't have to be both wrists, the kata shows it as both wrists to give us the practice. I simply elevate my forearms by drawing my upper arms close to the body, my elbows close to the body, and then just elevating my wrists, my hands upwards, as far as I need to go in order to effect the release. So if I've got outstretched arms, then I'm very weak mechanically, and any attempt to do that would be futile. And so I need to move in so that my upper arms are close to the body. That's not an instinctive move. Most people who are being attacked want to create more space between themselves and the attacker. And it seems inconceivable that they should be moving towards the attacker. But very often, you're much more mechanically secure and sound by doing that. And in this case, having the upper arms against the body is really, really important. Another thing about so-called peaceful responses, I don't want to inflame the situation at this time, subject to assessment. And any vigorous act, while it might release me from the grip, has a kind of a reactive sense to it. And I might want to be keeping things very calm. I might want to just say, don't do that, please. And by doing it relatively slowly, but inexorably, I give the sense that it's of no consequence to me, and that the hold isn't even that big a deal as I do that. If I'm held the other way, that's it. Then I can do the same thing going down, so it's this way. It's just pressing against the thumbs, recognising the thumbs are the weak part of the grip, and just dropping down. And again, I don't want to be vigorous about it, lending a reactive feel to the response. I just want literally to do it in a way which says, no big deal. It's no big deal. Okay, so that's jackknifing on the other way. Hang on. It's leverage around the elbow as a fulcrum. And that can work in different ways. It's shown in one way in the kata as a rising. It can be this way, just as easy as it can be that way. The trajectory of the response isn't that important. What's important is keeping the upper arm close to the torso so that even if I'm being held by both hands, I can still work that release. And if I run into a physical limitation of my technique, it's still no big deal because I've got a spare hand and I can come in here and I can draw it away. All the time the other person, the attacker, is committing both hands to that, then I'm safe. It's only when he lets go with one hand that I need to be aware of what he's going to do with the hand. All the time it's in contact there, I don't have to worry. Okay. So I'm not fazed at all, I'm not concerned at all if I run into a physical limitation, because every single technique has a physical limitation. There's no such thing as a technique that works all the time. And if I meet that resistance, again, I don't want to break into a big struggle and make it a fight, as it were. I just use the other hand to reinforce what I'm doing. Trying to keep an impassive, inscrutable demeanour, which is not giving any clues as to how hard I'm having to work or how concerned I am about the situation.